Thabo, thank you very much for your time. How are you, my brother?
I'm very well, thanks for having me.
Yes. Thabo, you are the media manager for Brits Soccer Academy. Can you please briefly tell us about the academy, when it was established, where is it based, the divisions that you have, the leagues you are affiliated in, and what does it seek to achieve?
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. Well, we actually, began back in 2016. That's when the academy came into force, if I may put it that way. So what happened is we started, looking at the challenges that were happening in the community. And then we sat down, myself and the chairman, Thabo Mayanja, and also manager Thabo, just to, try to come up with programs that will be able to assist these young boys to come out of the streets and, come back to play soccer. So the idea started back in 2013, so we put it into paper in 2016. We've got boys from the age of, I think the youngest player that we had was 10 years, but the player now is 14. So we've got from 10 until 21. So we've got the divisions under 10, we've got under 12, we've got under 15, under 17. We've got actually under 17 is divided into groups, because remember the under 17 mostly they're the ones that play for the engine tournaments and stuff. So we've got the under 17 A and B, and then we've got under 19 and under 21. So they play LFA, the local football league, and then the Super League also. So the older ones, which are more from 17 until 21, they are the ones that are playing the Super League. And then we've got the youngest ones who are playing the LFA on weekly basis. So what we're seeking to achieve is also to move the boys, try to expose them to potential scouts, to potential teams that they will be able to showcase their talent. So we've done quite very well since we started. Most of our players are playing in the 3rd division league. The ABC teams have been coming to us. One of our players also, we actually played for the same team that we played against now, the tall one, Marcelo. He's from the Free State, joined Brits Soccer Academy in 2020. So this year he got an opportunity to come and do trials with Orlando Pirates, and they took him. So hence we are here also, to forge partnership with the likes of well-established teams such as Orlando Pirates. We've got others that are with Mamelodi Sundowns also. So yeah, we've actually traveled a lot. We were in England back in just before the COVID hit. The year before, it was in 2018. So we went to and played the Manchester Super Cup there. We came out 2nd place out of all the teams that were there. So it showed you the kind of commitment that the boys have, when it comes to showcasing their talent. So we've traveled to Uganda, we've traveled to Namibia last year. This year we're going back to Namibia. We're supposed to go to Portugal also. So it's still in the pipelines. We're still working on a few things. But our aim basically is just to get the boys out there. And I think one of the major things that we do as an academy is to balance, soccer and education. Hence, most of our boys, they've matriculated, with flying colors. Some of them are in varsity now. We've got a few boys that are also part of the varsity team squad. They've got, the 100% scholarships from varsity college. So it shows you the kind of commitment, that they have, and also the pressure that we put also to them in order to make sure that they achieve the goals that they've set for themselves, and also the missions that we have as an academy to balance education and football. So that's what we're trying to do, and I think the project has been going on very well for the past 5 years. Challenges are there, but all things are working out very well.
Okay. No. What you've just explained to me is that the number of teams that you have is quite a big number, and therefore it would require support staff, and I noticed that in the group that you brought here, you had good support staff. You had people doing the conditioning, and you had the physios and so on. How is it structured, and how do you manage that to make sure that all these teams are supported in all aspects of the game?
So basically what we're doing, we've been recruiting coaches. I mean, we've got a group of coaches, that have, certain different qualifications. We've got two sports scientists, a female and a male. They are both, the other one is from the University of the Northwest, the other one is from Val University of Technology. And then we've got the team doctor also. Unfortunately, he's not here today, but they've got capable hands. I mean, Dr. Tiam is also a medical practitioner also, so he's there when there are issues that will require medical attention. And we've got close to 10 coaches. So basically, we've divided them into the different age groups. You see, from under 13, under 12, under 13, and then under 15, under 17. We've got the coaches there, and then they work also with the sports scientists. It's the coach and the assistant, and they work with the clinic. I mean, the scientists, the sports scientists, for conditioning, as you said, and other things. So also, the management structure for Brits Soccer Academy, it's more like a line management kind of style. So we've got the chairman, we've got the executive board, which is us, who handles the media side and the marketing side of things, and then the head of the development, which is Dr. Tiamo Ramalepa, and also our technical director, Coach Dumisani, also there comes, because he's based in Joburg. I myself am also based in Joburg. So and also we've got the style that we use there, it's more like an open door policy. So the head of development deals directly with the coaches, strategizing and also putting plans into place about the academy in terms of the programs and other things. The chairman usually looks at the well-being, the administrative part of the academy. So it's quite a large team that we have. You're seeing 3-4 coaches. I mean, we've got almost a taxi full of coaches, but they're not here today. So we usually do that when we go out. Locally we travel together, but now because there are also programs back home, so they need to be able to take care of the lower divisions. Hence, we bring in the older division coaches to practice matches and other things like this.
Yeah, looking at the structure and what you guys are doing, and obviously with an understanding that running such an academy requires a huge financial backing. How is the academy funded, and how do you organize funds to sustain the academy?
So look, I don't want to lie and say that we've got a bag full of money, because we don't. We don't have it. So what's been happening is that the academy has been funded from our own pockets since it began. Management has been chipping in, making sure that the academy is sustainable. We've got 2 houses in Brits. The other one is a double-store building, and the other one houses the older guys, close to 20 players, and then we've got the smaller house which houses the juniors. But all the houses that we've got, house fathers there who are part of management. They handle everything there. So the academy is not funded. You see, we just get subsidized now and again from the national lottery in terms of getting merchandises and getting sports equipment and stuff. But it happens once a year, and it's just bits and pieces. I'm not talking about millions and stuff. It's just bits and pieces. So we try by all means to sustain it. When we need to chip in, then we go out there, we chip in. We make sure that the boys are fed, the boys have got the necessary apparel, and they've got the necessary equipment. So basically, we don't have any sponsorships. I mean, we've been knocking. we've knocked, and then I think the dynamics of the area that we come from, it's a predominant white town. A town that is full of the different races, the Indians, white people there also. So it shows you that the type of businesses there that are owned by so they more support the sports of not the less the previously advantaged people. They support the rugbies, the jackskays and all these kind of things. So with soccer, it's difficult to penetrate sponsorship. Hence, we sometimes overlap to Gauteng because we are actually in the border of Gauteng. So hence, a lot of activities are in Gauteng. So we do that. We actually, try by all means to get sponsors from Gauteng to assist us. But I'm very happy because we've got a lot of parents that are also contributing. Hence, the academy is still sustainable today. They are making sure that the academy doesn't fall through, doesn't fall away. They're always supporting us with whatever. Some parents are, they just bring balls. Some of them, they bring, T-shirts and all these kind of things, and some they just donate soccer kits and stuff. So it's a nice partnership that we have, and a relationship that we have with the families and the parents of the boys. So no sponsorship, but we do want sponsorships.
Obviously, besides the financial challenges, what other challenges do you face as an academy of so many boys?
I think the major challenge is getting the boys to stay focused. I think that's one thing, because remember that when you come from a previously disadvantaged community, there's a lot of social issues that come with you as a young person. So it's quite difficult for us to sometimes deal with a lot of challenges that the boys are facing. Sometimes the ones that you get, maybe a boy who's 13 years old and the parents are fighting for custody, for instance. So it also impacts mentally on the boy. You start seeing them, reacting somehow in the pitch. Sometimes they become retaliative. Sometimes they fight each other, and then you then ask yourself and ask them what is the issue, and they will tell you that, look, the issue is because of this and that and that and that. I'm having problems at home and stuff. So it's quite difficult sometimes, and one of the challenge also is also getting the financial, transport, if I may put it that way, because we don't have our own mode of transport like taxis, vehicles. That's what we're working on. We hope that by the end of this year we'll have something, maybe 2 kumbis or 3 kumbis, so that we can be able to move around. So it has been one of the major challenge, because sometimes the boys' families do not have the money for transport to give to the boys to travel to Pretoria or anywhere, so we have to chip in. So it's one of the major challenge. I think once we sort out the financial issue, then we'll be okay as an academy.
Everything else will fall into place.
Everything else will fall in place, and then we'll be able also to assist those Valoring. We've got boys Valoring, actually they've lost parents and stuff, so we have to house them there. Their guardians come now and again to come and check on them, but they cannot sustain them financially. So we try by all means as an academy to chip in, to become that parental bone for them. So it's quite difficult, especially working with a lot of young people that are facing a lot of challenges, but we've managed, and I think we're growing stronger every single year. So we hope that by next year we'll have close to 100 boys, because we're almost there. We've got almost 70 now. So we're moving close to 100 boys, and in future we're hoping to also get a girls team, because people have been coming to us asking us, why don't you start a girls team, a female team? But we've been saying that, look, we need to lay the foundation first. We need to get our ducks in order, so that we can be able to say, look, let's now implement a ladies team.
I've noticed that you play a lot of some of your games in Gauteng. You come to Gauteng, you are building relationships with teams in Gauteng. What is it? What is the state of football in Northwest that has you being going out of the province to seek growth rather than growing within the province?
I think, I'm going to be honest with you. The state of football in the Northwest Province has somewhat collapsed, if I may put it that way. There's a lot of cracks. You look at the established, soccer academies in the Northwest. Some of them are fading. We've had a lot. I don't want to lie. We've got, I won't name them, but I think people know that we had, football entities that showed potential, and we thought that we were going to have them in the year 2022, but they are not there. So the state of football, it's actually at its knees, at this stage in the Northwest Province. Hence, we've been moving towards, we are not saying we've abandoned Northwest Province because we are in the Northwest Province, but we're forging, partnerships not only in Gauteng. Recently, I think it was last month we were in KZN. We played against the AmaZulus and stuff. We were there for the whole week. So it shows you that we are forging partnerships everywhere we go, so that we may be able to, do best practice with the more established organizations, so that we can be able to learn from them. This is the do's and don'ts and stuff. So football in the Northwest Province needs an overhaul. I think the South African Football Association from different regions there, they need to get their ducks in order. They need to be able to, build structures that will be able to be sustainable. Because if it's not sustainable, then you'll see a lot of organizations moving out of the province, trying to play different leagues, trying to, penetrate the other provinces. So they just need to sort their things out. And then I think by that, then we'll be able to see the Northwest Province flourishing again. You see the state of facilities in the Northwest Province. We don't have facilities like this. There are so many in the Northwest. They're not there. They were there, but most of them they've dilapidated. You saw with Odi Stadium how it is now. You saw Mabatu Stadium. I see now they are refurbishing it now, at least. Now, you go to Brits. The good thing is that we are using municipal facilities. We are being paying subsidies there, so that we can be able to maintain the fields now and again. But it's quite difficult, because you go out and then you go to the townships. The state of football fields, not only football but other sporting codes, has definitely collapsed. Infrastructure has been vandalized, so it shows you that there's a lot of cracks there, and something needs to give in, so that we will be able to see the glorious days that we had as a Northwest Province back in the days.
Last one. I speak to a lot of academies and townships, and what I sometimes get is that they produce the boys, and they go out there, and some get spotted, they go to big teams, but sometimes they don't get anything from those teams in exchange for the player. Not that they must sell the player with huge sums of money. Maybe a donation of balls, a donation of equipment. With the Brits Soccer Academy, how do you handle that when a team says, look, we are interested in this player, and obviously that's what you want to do. You want these boys to go out there and showcase their talent. But is there any arrangement that you make so that maybe things like balls, equipment, so that they can also help the academy?
Well, definitely. Obviously, I won't go deep into the contractual matters that we have with, the academies that we mostly move the boys to, because these are confidential issues. But there has to be some sort of an agreement. It's a given. You see, it's a given. So with us as Brits Soccer Academy, we do have that, and then we know that it's going to work in our favor in the long run. Because remember, the boys, they started with the academy before they moved. So we've got paper trail that shows that the boys were there. So somehow, if the boy is being spotted by Milan in Italy and what, they have to trace back where the boy is coming, and then that's where we're going to get the rewards also as an academy, so that we'll be able to instill whatever that they will be giving out to the academy to the young boys that are coming. It will you know, more like motivate the boys that are coming, that look, here's a player, Tabang so and so, who plays for Real Madrid, who plays for Orlando Pirates, who plays for Mamelodi Sundowns or Kaizer Chiefs. He started here at the age of 14. Now he's there. So it shows you that, I mean, when we come back again, then obviously Orlando Pirates will be like, there's your boy was there, has been with us for quite some time now, and now he's with the senior team and stuff. Here are a bag of balls, here a bag of what. That's the type of, hence we are visiting them now and again. And you know, one thing that I love about the partnerships that we've created as an academy, we get calls from them most of the time that, look, please bring your under 19 to us. Or for instance, in February, when Mamelodi Sundowns came to Brits with all the divisions from under 13 until under 19, they brought all the boys to Brits Sports Ground. Remember, you see, they traveled, they took all their whole development structure to Brits, including the whole management. So it shows you the kind of sportsmanship that we have and the partnerships that we have. We are not saying that we are there yet, but we're working very hard. And I think the interdependency that we have amongst ourselves as management, it has really worked in our favor to make sure that we are noticed, you know, across the country. Hence we get calls from the Amazulus, the Golden Arrows. You know, they see that there is something that's happening there. And when we visited, I remember when we visited Morocco Swallows sometime last year, they were pleased, especially the likes of the Fanima Didas and other people, saying that, look, we know the state of football in the Northwest Province, and we're very happy that there is an established organization that's really breaking boundaries. You see, so that's what we're trying to do as a collective, and then I think it has really worked in our favor. And you know, we're going to keep on working hard so that we can be able to see most of our boys on a professional space or on a professional level. But so far, so good.
My brother, thank you very much for your time. We wish you all the best, and we hope to see some gems coming out of Northwest.
Much appreciated. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.